What's good, y'all? Welcome to Pretty Realist Podcast. It's the Film C. That's me, Shannon Nicole. Now let's get into this video. I came across this video and it's not even the subject that I really originally wanted to talk about, because y'all know I wanted to dig all up in this P. Diddy situation. But social media, we could talk so much shit about social media. I have my moments to where I might throw little jabs at social media because I feel like social media does have its negative energy that it spews to society every once in a while. But you know what? One thing about social media is very telling. A lot of people are being exposed, including parents, including teachers. A lot of people are being exposed when it comes to social media because everybody has cameras. Everybody has feedback. Everybody has a microphone. Everybody has an opinion. And everybody is willing to tell their story no matter how bad or how cringe it may be. Now, I came across this video. I'm going to give my commentary afterwards, but I really want you all to pay attention to the emotion that this young lady displays when she's talking about what she has to deal with when it comes to being a ballet teacher for young children. Listen, if you made it this far, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. Share this video, okay? Tell a friend, Check it out.
I'm calling out all the parents. If you're a parent and your child is in pre-K to elementary school to high school, I'm calling you out. The children today, I have never experienced, and I'm 22. Having to teach and work with you guys as children has been the most traumatic experience of my life. I teach 5-year-olds ballet, 5-year-old girls ballet. I have a class of 10 students. They don't respect any authority. You ask them, can you stand in your designated spot? They're telling you no and shut up. They're throwing things at each other. They're throwing things at other people, other classmates. You say, can everybody sit in their spot? I don't want to. I'm not doing that. You don't get to tell me what to do. You're not my mom. You confront the parent. The parent tries to argue with you and fuss at you because you tried to reprimand and redirect their kid. I told a young little girl, please sit in your spot. You're not my mom. You don't tell me what to do. Okay. When her mom came to pick her up, I said, hey, your daughter's having a hard time following instructions. And 7 times today, I've had to redirect her to just sit in her spot. Well, clearly she didn't want to sit. And mind you, this is a mom. Clearly she didn't want can sit right there. So I mean, if she telling you she don't want to do something, why keep asking her to do it? You know she's not going to do it. What world do we live in? Like, what in you guys' brain as a parent says, my kid not following any directions is a great thing. It's not that serious, and y'all don't have a right to tell her what to do. It's sad. It's sad. It's really, really sad. And another thing that's heart-wrenching is horrifying. It is horrifying. Your 5-year-old daughters are asking to listen to Pound Town and Ski Yee. Your 5-year-old daughters are asking, can we hear Pound Town? I'm playing them Princess Tiana ballet music. And they are asking me, can we hear Pound? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And I'm so scared for these little girls today because this is the most insane agenda push I have ever seen in my life. We do freeze dance. You guys' daughters are twerking at 5. Where's the parenting? Where's the boundaries? Where's the help? Y'all are not helping your kids. You're hurting them. You guys are hurting them. I come every day dressed, ready to go, and I'm in school too. I'm in college. I mean, I put bows in my hair. I'm wearing leotards. I'm trying to get them interested in like proper things for their age, and you guys are exposing your kids to this raunchy secular music. Why is you guys' 5-year-old's daughter singing Pound Town? And it's just really, 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 it's upsetting.
She not lying about that, because I just seen a video of a teacher actually in a kindergarten class. They may have been first graders. I'm not sure. Either way, these were babies. She may have switched the words out, but either way.
When you see Miss K, you gotta say what's up. Yeah. Wanna be on my roster, but it's all good. Yeah. We be living, learning, and we turn it up. Yeah. Welcome to your desk. Turn it up.
Ma'am, what are you doing? Yeah. Now, these weren't teenagers. I try not to go too hard when it comes to teenagers, because I know for sure that I was listening to some things I probably shouldn't have been listening to when I was a teenager as well. I know this. I told y'all before, I used to be a big Lil' Kim fan when I was a kid. I used to listen to some things. I knew I wasn't supposed to, but I was listening to some things, and I used to sneak and do it. So for these babies to be listening to this type of music by Sexy Red, 9 times out of 10, I'm willing to bet that whoever the parents are of this child listens to this music around this child. That they are displaying this twerking behavior around this child. What are we doing out here? As a child, I knew how to be respectful to my elders, because I didn't want to get in trouble when I got home. I wanted to be able to go home and enjoy my Sesame Street and enjoy, or, when I got older, enjoy my Simpsons and Beavis and Butthead without my mom being on my case. I didn't want to get a whooping, because back in the day, our parents whooped us. They did. They put their hands on us. Mom didn't whoop me. My grandmother definitely did. They stuck to their guns. And when the teachers said something in regards to our behavior when we were in school, we definitely got disciplined when we got home. I don't know what y'all parents doing these days. I really don't. And it's not in my place to tell you how to raise your kids. But let me be clear with you. The parents are not realizing that they are actually responsible for their children becoming criminals when they grow up. They don't realize that. I was born and raised in Gary, Indiana. If you don't know, Gary, Indiana is one of the most dangerous cities in the country. In the country today. It wasn't like that when I was growing up. When I was growing up, Gary had communities. Some of them were mixed, mostly it was black. It had communities, y'all. If I acted up while I was outside, you best believe that the neighbor told my mama or my grandmama. I never forget, I was over one of my friend's house, and we were out there having a ball jumping on top of her granddad's van. Her grandmother came home and whooped our asses. She did. And told my mom what happened. My mom didn't do anything, because we were raised in a community. We were raised in a village. What's understood didn't need to be explained. Do you understand what I'm saying? You mean to tell me you have the audacity to send your child to school without any discipline and respect for the elder who is trying to do right by your kids? You know how many teachers out here are not even doing right by the kids? And I know that y'all see it in the news. Y'all see how these teachers are getting caught having sexual relationships with these teens. What you didn't know is that some of these parents know about it. And they don't say nothing about it because they want the children out of the way. They feel like, oh, well, long as he's with Mrs. X and X and he's out of the way, I'm not going to say anything. You guys made the choice to have these children. Y'all did. You don't think that you owe them the responsibilities that it comes with being a parent? You don't think that you owe them the respect? You don't think that you owe them the ability of growing into healthy, respectable adults by your teachings, by your discipline. It's not up to the teachers to discipline your children. That's what you're supposed to do. These teachers don't even get paid enough to deal with that shit. Teachers make between $52,000 to $77,000 a year. That's $52,000 to $77,000 a year. I read that it takes damn near 10 years for a teacher to even make $22.67. That's crazy. And they got to come to work to deal with this shit? There is something wrong here. This next video is about to show you that there is something wrong here. Whatever you guys are doing when it comes to raising these kids, y'all need to refurbish that shit ASAP. I don't know where your mamas is at, where your daddies is at, great grandma, great grandpa, aunties and uncles, cousins, but somebody needs to intervene somewhere. My mama may not have had my daddy. She had help. She had a village. She had a community to help bring us up and put us back together when we were out of order. When we weren't safe with wherever she was moving us to, so we ended up right back at my grandmama's house. Our family structure is being broken apart, and a lot of us are putting our hands on this and are breaking it apart ourselves. We don't even realize that we are responsible because of lack of accountability on the woman's side. Y'all think that we come up on these podcasts and we beating down the women, that we are pick-me's, and no, it's because we are the mothers. Whether you have children or not, you are responsible for the upbringing of life. You are responsible for the birth of life, lady. If you don't do right by these children, who will? If you don't do right by them, who the hell will? The government? You think the government's gonna take care of them kids just because you're getting food stamps and Section 8? You don't even know what that was created for. That was a stepping stone to help you out and give you a bit of a lift into parenthood while you handled your business. My mom got food stamps, sure did. She got the paper ones. Those were the good days. But she didn't stay there. You all have allowed these things to happen. And then when you're called out on your shit, instead of you owning up to the fact that you could do better, you become combative about it. This is the result of this type of parenting. Check it out.
Cell phone video shows a group of teens attacking 17-year-old Jonathan Lewis Jr.
10 subjects immediately swarm him, pull him to the ground, and begin kicking, punching, and stomping on him.
Investigators say the beating occurred in an alley just a block from their high school in Las Vegas. A fight over a pair of stolen headphones and possibly a marijuana vape pen. The teenage attackers left Lewis lying on the ground, unconscious.
A citizen nearby saw him, began attending to him, and carried him back to Rancho High School.
He died 6 days later from blunt force trauma.
It's obviously your parents' worst nightmare.
Jonathan Lewis Sr. held his son's hand while he was on life support.
There's just an absolute need for the community to begin teaching conflict resolution for our children.
The Clark County Sheriff says 8 of the 10 suspects are already in custody facing murder charges. The DA says the 4 oldest teens will be tried as adults. The rest could face the same fate after a court hearing.
And this was not a hate crime. This was lack of parenting. This was lack of discipline. Because if you see the video where these parents are actually going in the courthouse, there was no accountability for the shit that their kids did. And now not only did this teen lose their lives, all 8 of them are more than likely going to be tried as adults and spend the rest of their lives in prison. They're not handing out little baby sentences anymore. They're locking these kids up in adult prisons. with rapists and murderers. This is so much deeper than your ego. Because at the end of the day, even if I don't have kids, right? I don't have children. I know what you're saying. She ain't got no kids, so who the hell is she? It doesn't mean anything, because these are the type of children that I have to come face to face with when I'm going to the gas station at 11:30 at night on a Monday, who is asking me if I want to buy weed. Boy, don't you got school tomorrow? Don't you got homework? Why is your child, and they can't be no more than 15, 16 years old. Why is your child outside on a Monday at 11:30 at night? Where are you at? Where's the grandmothers at? Because usually that's who would pick up the slack when parents were kind of falling off a little bit. They had to work a lot, or if they weren't really the most attentive. Grandparents were the ones to pick up the slack. Nowadays, some of these grandparents don't even want to be called grandparents anymore. I saw a video the other day where a grandmother was twerking with her granddaughter. Twerking with the granddaughter. That baby is doomed before she even start becoming a grown woman. Before she even grows to know that being a wife and a mother is what we are called on this planet to be. Now, even if you can't be a mother, because a lot of people are infertile. Some women don't want to have children, and that's okay. But you're meant to be a leader, a loving, nurturing leader to someone else. Whether it's a mentor, whether it's a teacher, whether it's an auntie, whether it's a godmother. That's what God made us for. To be helpmates to creating community. And we've moved so far past that. So many innocent children out here who are losing their lives at the hands of other children. It ain't even just black children killing each other. It's white children killing each other. It's black children killing white children. White children there is a war. We are fighting a war. The least you could do is make sure that they're able to get the education that they need. And if you don't want them to go to school, take the time out of your day of being on social media to homeschool them, if that's the case. Because these teachers don't make enough to be dealing with this shit. They really don't. I want to leave y'all with a story. The youngest person ever to be executed in this country was 14 years old. He was executed in an electric chair in Columbia, South Carolina in 1944. His name was George Steiny Jr. He was convicted of murdering and beating 2 white young girls to death. He was convicted for this crime in less than a couple of minutes by an all-white jury of adults, only to find out 70 years later that he didn't even do it. And my reason for sharing that story is because that baby was executed for crimes he didn't even commit. But nowadays, our children are being locked up, put in prison for the rest of their lives for crimes that they are committing because their parents are failing them. The school system is failing them. Their communities are failing them. It don't take an all-white jury to convict them and put them in an electric chair anymore because they're actually doing the damn job. And the parents and the communities that are failing them, which are full of parents who are okay with allowing their children to listen to Sexy Red and twerk and do drugs and carry guns and shoot guns, you're just as responsible for their conviction when they go to prison as they are. I love y'all for real. I love y'all for real. I love my community. I love my people. I love my country. I'm not perfect by far, yo. But it's some shit that needs to be called out. Because we have more and more and more and more young women out here who are deciding to just have kids and babies by men who are not even responsible enough, or who don't even really even know. You got babies out here having babies in an alarming rate. Children, babies being thrown in trash cans because their mothers are fucking babies themselves. Some change gotta come, or before you know it, we're gonna have a whole community full of terrorists. We're gonna have a whole community full of them. Terrorists and prostitutes. The Spirit speaks through me to you all. A lot of this stuff that I speak to you all about, it don't even be my own words. I just only hope that you all take heed and make some changes, or share this video with somebody who needs to. Okay? And don't shoot the messenger. Only receive the message. If it's for you, receive it. If it's not, leave it. Okay? I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.